What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Yella hitting you with another Surface Duo video. I'm about 24 hours in and I've already come to a few conclusions. All right. Let's start with some of the not so good things, right? So if you've been watching anybody else's videos, it's pretty obvious now. And if you have the device, there's definitely some bugs that need to be worked out. I kind of mentioned this in my other video. As far as the software, these are things that could possibly be fixed with a software update. So, I mean, that remains to be seen. But a few things that is just frustrating. So screen rotation is definitely something that needs to be fixed. Okay, I'm sure it can be. It is not consistent right now when you're trying to rotate the screens, as you saw in my other video. Screen flicker. I probably won't be able to get the phone to do it right now, but it has happened where I'm using both screens and then like the right side will start this little flicker situation. There's another thing that happens with the wallpaper. Sometimes the wallpaper disappears. I don't know if you guys have experienced that yet, but I have. So that's a little frustrating. Sometimes it'll come back. One time I did restart the device and then the wallpaper came back. Bluetooth connectivity. There's definitely an issue there. I had my Gear Fit on and it seemed like everything was connected, but then it must have disconnected because I wasn't getting any notifications on that device. So there's definitely some Bluetooth things going on where this device is not staying connected. So hopefully, I mean, those are some things that can be fixed with software. I wouldn't be too worried about that. They're not necessarily deal breakers, which we'll talk about some things that might be deal breakers in a little bit. But also, what are some things that this device does not offer? So we're talking about a $1,500 price point. There are some things that are missing that, other people have called out and I have to call out as well. Because $1,500 is not not a small amount of money to most people, right? And it's definitely not a small amount of money to me. So I'll speak for myself when it comes to that. There's no IP rating. There's no wireless charging. There's no 5G. There's no 120 hertz refresh rate. There's no dual speakers. No expandable storage. No outside display. No multiple cameras. So those are a list of things that this device does not have that you would tend to expect at the $1,500 price point. Are any of those deal breakers? I don't know. You guys have to decide that for yourself. But it's definitely debatable if any of those are deal breakers or not. But again, we are talking about $1,500. If this phone was probably 1,000, maybe a little less, then maybe we wouldn't complain, or I wouldn't complain too much about the things that are missing. Now let's talk about some possible deal breakers. And this is going to be, keep in mind, these are my opinions, okay? So you guys don't have to get all angry and upset in the comments. If you own the device and you're loving it, then fine, right? But it's up to me to call out things that, for my hard-earned money, these are things that bother me and may cause me to return this device. One thing is the single speaker. I am definitely not a fan of just one speaker, especially at this price point. I think that Microsoft had plenty of time to come up with this design and to implement a dual speaker setup. You got dual screens, why not dual speakers? That's just my opinion. Outdated specs, right? So we're talking 6 gigs of RAM. I'm okay with the 128 gigs of storage, but 6 gigs of RAM for a device that you basically created to be a multitasking monster, but only 6 gigs of RAM. I mean, really? I mean, in this day and age, we got a lot of Android phones that are already at 12 gigs of RAM. So, I mean, come on. 6 gigs of RAM, I had that on the Pixel 4a. So That to me is just unacceptable. The lack of 5G, and I'll tell you guys, and I know this will probably be an argument, but listen, 5G is fast in my area. Okay, you guys, if you watched my Note Ultra video, I showed you a speed test. I've done several, and I'm getting over 100 megabits per second, you know, right around my house. So it's really fast, and I know it's only going to get better. So to have a device that's not future-proof for $1,500, that's a hard pill to swallow. I don't know. That might be the deal breaker for me, especially when I can pay a little bit more and get the Galaxy Fold, which is a similar idea, but it's a second-gen product, and it's ready to be consumed at this point. Even though that price point, I'm not too happy about spending $2,000 on anything. I mean, it's more than a laptop, right? I didn't even pay that for my laptop here. So, which I know you guys like that flex right there. Look at, ooh, that's nice. The camera. So if you're in a good setting with good lighting, the camera is passable. But in my house, which I tend to take a lot of pictures of my dog and my daughter, low light in my house, this is horrible. Like, it's almost unusable. So this can't be my daily driver. So I've already made that conclusion. This cannot be my daily driver for the camera alone. It's just not going to cut it. This would be a nice second device, but then even as a companion device, so say if I just roll with the Note 20 Ultra and then this device, the Note 20 Ultra is a much better, more well-rounded productivity machine than this. So I can't even justify this as a second device. So that's another potential deal breaker. No outside screen. So, and then if the Bluetooth is not working, right? Because an easy fix for that would be to have like a nice Galaxy Watch, or in my case, I had the Gear Fit or whatnot to get my notifications, right? But if the Bluetooth doesn't connect to it, now I have to every single time try to open this thing up to see what's going on. And then, I mean, that's just annoying after a while. So I love the form factor, but again, to use it as a phone is going to be super annoying if you're getting a lot of messages like text or email or anything like that, to have to open this up every single time. Let's see, what else? Let's see, what's, practicality. Okay, so I have Gizmo, my dog, in case you guys haven't seen other videos with Gizmo in it. When I go and walk Gizmo, I always have to have my phone with me. Okay, so I'll check different things. I may, check YouTube out, jump on Hulu, watch some First Take. Whatever I'm doing, it's pretty easy to do on, say, a device like the Note 20 Ultra or my iPhone. With this device, I have to obviously have it opened up. And what I tried to do is have it, just here. But the thing is, when I'm holding his leash, if I don't already walk out the door of this thing opened up, it is very cumbersome trying to get this opened up, unlocked, and then trying to do one-handed sort of things with a device that's not necessarily fragile, but if you drop this thing, I haven't seen any drop test videos, but I'm pretty sure this is going to shatter. I mean, this whole thing is glass, right? Front and back. You open it up, we got the glass inside. So you may say something like put the bumper on it, but then that kind of takes away from what we really love about this device, which is the build, right? This device to me, and I'll use an analogy, my dream car used to be the BMW X5, right? I love the look of the car, the way it was built, the old body style. I ended up buying a 2011 BMW X5, and I just loved looking at it, right? But eventually I had to drive it. Eventually I had to get inside of it. And when I got inside that vehicle, it was used. I couldn't afford a brand new one. Right away, I noticed that the door latch was going bad. So it was hit or miss when I would hit the key fob to unlock the door, if that door was going to unlock or not. So the most embarrassing thing was climbing in through the passenger side to drive a 2011 BMW X5. So I kind of liken that to this. I mean, looking at it, I love looking at it, holding the device. Is one of the best pieces of hardware I've seen in the last several years. But eventually you have to use it. Eventually you have to get into that buggy software and the lack of RAM, and just it's not complete, right? This is the first gen product. I don't want to bash it too much, but for $1,500, it is just not there yet. And that's why I really can't justify keeping this as a daily driver or even as a companion device for $1,500. Not when this thing exists, right? So let's think about that for a moment. You can multitask like crazy on this Note 20 Ultra. You've got the S Pen built in if you need to do any type of, note taking and things like that. You have to purchase a Surface Pen separately, which can run you anywhere between probably $30 to $130. You can get a practical case and a screen protector on this and protect your investment. Easy kickstand situation there. And you can get this for less than $1,500. Like I've seen Best Buy have this thing on sale for $10.99. So when you can get that kind of a package for less than $1,200, I mean, that's hundreds of dollars for something that you only need one device. As with something like this, I just can't. I know I was hype. I was really hype when I got this thing yesterday, and when I actually did the sneak preview of it a few weeks ago. But after spending 24 hours with it, I can already tell this is not the device for me. It may be the device for many. So those of you that have that kind of money to throw into a device that's probably not going to be your daily driver, have at it. But for me, I think I want my $1,500 back. Hit me up in the comments. You can blow me up, yell at me, curse me. Well, don't curse me out because my daughter watches these videos. So, but you guys can hit the thumbs down, hit the thumbs up if you agree. But yeah, that's my conclusion. It's your boy Yella. Until the next one, peace.